Hi everyone, Amy here from Amy's Wares, and I have an easy trio batch of cards that I'm going to make for you today using some new products from A Colorful Life Designs. This amazing stamp, the ball bounce, the blowout, and the viewfinder stencils are all part of the July release at A Colorful Life Designs. There's loads of fabulous geometric stencils and this new stamp set to choose from. So if you do shop, use my coupon AmyFan10 and save on your complete order. Now here's some photos to show you the direction that we're going. All of these are single layer. There's no bulk. There's no extra cardstock usage. All of it is done directly on a card base with some simple ink blending and stamping. So you can make a batch of these for your stash or a bunch of them for donation, or even turn them into a gift set, maybe for a hostess gift or just a little, I don't know, even a stocking stuffer. So lots of options here, but ultimately these new stencils are super versatile. You could just switch up the colors, make them for any occasion, and I'm going to show you how I use them today. So I don't have any pixie spray on this first viewfinder stencil. I'm just holding it down with the magnets on my glass mat from Glassboard Studios. And I do have a coupon for 20% off. If you're in the market for one of those, I definitely recommend it. This small business in the United States is so awesome. They're great to work with, and they have a variety of different sizes and colors for these glass mats. And if you don't have a glass mat, it's a game changer, guys. I absolutely love mine. So here you can see I'm already done with this ink blending. Now here I'm showing you I did put pixie spray on the other two. So the ball bounce and the blowout, they do have some kind of open slats. So I do like to use a temporary adhesive on stencils like this just to kind of help hold it down so it doesn't move on me when I'm ink blending. And I'm going to press it down with my brayer to make sure it really adheres to that cardstock. But again, I'm just working directly right on this card base. And these are US A2 size card bases, so they're 4¼ inches by 5½. And I am using 120-pound accent opaque. So here I have it kind of masked off on the edges. That's 2-inch post-it tape because I don't want the ink to go off the edge where I don't want it, and because I don't want these harsh lines from where I put down the post-it tape. I'm going to get really light-handed and kind of fade off before I get to that point because I don't want it to be a sharp line either. I want to kind of just go lightly towards where I have it masked, but I don't want that harsh line. So I'm just coming in. Again, I'm just using residual ink from my blending brushes. I don't even have any, ink pads out at this point. So it's a nice way to clean your brushes and also create a card. So I'm using up that residual ink on the blending brushes. Now this one, Ball Bounce, is so cool. I don't know, it reminds me of music notes or something. I don't know, I feel like there's some cartoon in my memories, in the recesses of my brain, that this reminds me of. But I absolutely love this design. And I'm kind of winging it, again, just using residual ink from my blending brushes, but not really sure what color I want to make this one. So this one's very delicate with lots of openings. So again, the pixie spray is pretty paramount in this, and I use the brayer to press it down. So after I get the magnets holding the whole shebang in place, I'm just going to come in with some color. I start with purple, kind of heavy-handed. I have quite a bit of residual ink on this brush, so I'm coming from the two corners, and again, still kind of winging it, not really sure what color combination I want to make, but I think this one ended up my favorite out of the three. So when it's done, let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I'm curious. So this, I actually have brown, which is kind of an underutilized color if you think about it. So maybe add brown to your mix if you're not really sure what sort of color blend you want for your card. I feel like brown always surprises me at how well it suits a card. And then I'm coming in with a dark blue over the purple, and I just love this blend. I think it's gorgeous. And somehow it almost looks reflective or metallic or something. When you leave a strip across it, it looks almost like a highlight. So I also like that as a fun little, design element. Now I'm going to use this new amazing stamp, and I'm actually just going to use the stamp. So all of these products are all entirely from this July release. So lots of goodness in here. And you can make a lot with this, just items from this release. Now, there is also an option, I'm not sure if you're familiar, it's called the Master Creator Bundle. If you fall in love with the entire release, which includes the stamp, you can get a package of the entire release for an even greater discount for 20% off. And I will link that as well in the video description box below. If you do follow the link, I will get credit for it at no additional cost to you. So that does help me out a lot. But again, that's called the Master Creator Bundle, and you will get the whole thing for 20% off. But if you just want certain components of it, you can absolutely use my coupon AmyFan10 and you'll get 10% off. But you can't combine my coupon with the Master Creator Bundle because it's already so greatly discounted. So here what I'm doing is looking at my swatch sheet for Catherine Pooler because I just used residual ink from my blending brushes to create these designs, but I want to see, oh look at this mistake. Train wreck. Was so bummed. I had to completely redo that one. So that's sitting somewhere. I'll have to figure out some creative way to still use that. But yep, I make mistakes too. I dropped that ink pad right into my card base, so messed that one up. But anyway, I used the ink swatches to figure out which colors closely matched the designs that I ink blended so I could figure out what colors to stamp the sentiments in. So I'm starting with this You Got This, and I'm just kind of conditioning it with my finger, and I'm using this green stamp pad from Catherine Pooler just to stamp that on this card. And I do it a couple times. With Catherine Pooler specifically, it will get darker the more often you stamp it. So if it's a little bit light, then maybe just stamp it again if you're using a Misty, and that will deepen the color. Now this one fits right in this opening here, and that worked out perfect with this design. So I'm just going to pick it up with my Misty lid, and then I think I'm using the color Pixie Dust. I felt was a good match for this ink blend. So I really did need the swatch sheet on this case just because I wasn't really using any ink pads for my blending. I had to just kind of physically hold it up to my design and figure out which one matched best because I really wasn't sure. Now this one, it didn't look like I had a lot of ink on it very well, so I just stamped it on some scratch paper, and then that kind of conditioned or seasoned the stamp a little bit just to make sure that I would get a better impression when I did bring it to the card base in this one. So this one says, "You're all kinds of amazing." And then on this one, I'm just going to stamp in the lower left corner of the composition. And the same thing, just very simple stamping here, guys. Nothing new. Not reinventing the wheel. Just using my Misty and stamping with some colors that match the composition. So this is a fun option if you feel like the black stamping or a dark neutral is going to be too stark on your composition. Don't be afraid to use a color to stamp your sentiment. I often forget it, but I feel like it makes it a little bit more subtle and isn't too stark of a contrast. So this one says, "You make my life brighter." And again, I used a blue, which I felt really matched the ink blending that I created on the card. So now I have 3 very simple, flat, done directly on a card base. They'll be flat, easy to ship. And then I decide I want to, snazz them up a little bit with my corner chomper. So I'm using the 1/2-inch side of my corner chomper and just doing it a little different on each card. I have the top right and the one with the wheel, and this one I'm doing opposing corners. Well, I guess those two are the same, the one on the left and the one on the right, but I added some blingage. These are iridescent white sequins, added them, a little smattering of them on each card just to give it a little something extra, but that's honestly the only dimension. Everything else is nice and flat, single layer, and that's going to finish the card batch. So be sure to check out the rest of the July release at A Colorful Life Designs. It is chock full of amazing geometric stencils. So thank you so much for spending time with me today, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.